Good morning, my name is Umberto Mucci. This is We the ItaliaNews, a daily podcast regarding Italy under coronavirus times. Today is Friday, June 12. Yesterday, the number of registered infections rose again, with 2 in Lombardy alone. 53 people died, but 10 regions had no victim of coronavirus yesterday. Marche, Trentino Alto Adige, Abruzzo, Umbria, Sardinia, Valle d'Aosta, Calabria, Molise, Basilicata, and for the first time from the beginning the region where my family comes from, Emilia-Romagna. The trend of total swabs is in a dizzying drop in the last 2 weeks, minus 12.6% overall. While 11 regions recorded an absolute increase in diagnostic swabs, the remaining 9 showed a strong reduction. It is precisely the regions with a still sustained circulation of the virus in the last week that have further reduced diagnostic swabs instead of increasing them. Export has been a fundamental part of the Italian economy for years. A research published yesterday explains that it is the North that dominates the ranking of Italian companies that export, covering 75% of the total. Taking into consideration the individual provinces, the first place is Vicenza in Veneto, whose export is equal to the one of the entire European state of Portugal, followed by Lecco and Varese, both in Lombardy. Inevitably, however, the impact of the coronavirus pandemic has also heavily affected this sector and will continue to do so. In this context, the region of Piedmont is in a privileged position and will certainly suffer less of the setback than many others due to its important sector diversification. North America is in first place of the countries where Made in Italy is exported, since the United States and Canada are the countries that import Italian products more than others. A report has recently been published that studies the average IQ of populations around the world. Looking at the sources and methodology, it seems well done, but I'm not an expert on this topic. By the way, the results says that in first place are the almost 6 million citizens of Singapore, whose average IQ would be 108. In the first 6 places there are 6 Asian countries. The first Western one is in 7th place. And guess what? It's Italy, with an average IQ of 102. According to this research, the United States is in 23rd place with an average IQ of 98. I do not know how reliable these data are, but I confess that I don't mind the idea that the Italians are the most intelligent Western people. Or at least some of us. The story of the day is that of Francesca, an elementary school teacher who could no longer stay away from the children of the nursery school where she teaches in Prato, in Tuscany. So when the parks reopened, she decided to do something pedagogically beautiful and constructive. She selected a lot of books dedicated to childhood, chose the right park, talked to the parents and started to meet her little pupils again with the right distance and with the proper mask to tell them the most beautiful stories under some trees and among the scented flowers. It was a big success. Children even more in love with the teacher and parents happy to see them smile. But in this story there is also the villain, a trade unionist who challenged this initiative because, according to him, she ran the risk of making her colleagues pass as no good. Teacher Francesca was very disappointed, but then she smiled again when she read the letter from 108 parents and grandparents who defended her. Francesca's idea was taken as an example by other teachers, and a Facebook profile was opened to disseminate the initiative. Many have already started taking children to the parks, respecting safety distances, reading books, telling stories, and entertaining them. The funny thing about the story is that Prato, the city of Francesca, is also the Italian translation of the word lawn, like the lawn of the parks where Italian children can laugh in the open air, again, finally outside their homes. It's all for today. Please stay safe and stay healthy. I'm gonna repeat it unless there's a vaccine and everybody's safe. Please do not underestimate this virus. My name is Umberto Mucci. This was We the ItaliaNews. Ciao from Rome.